Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and we actually have our second trailer for Resident Evil Requiem. This actually is the second trailer, and the first one being the one at Summer Game Fest. This is the official second trailer for Resident Evil Requiem, which actually came out on Gamescom. It was actually the very last reveal, or second to last reveal I should say, because they had a very last reveal after the last reveal that they said they were going to have. But this trailer was pretty exciting. I enjoyed this trailer, and I cannot wait to see what's more to come out of Capcom, and I really am looking forward to Resident Evil Requiem. But we're going to go over this entire trailer piece by piece, see what we can capture, see what we can see, talk about it. I do have a few things I want to mention on this trailer itself. I will mention them, of course. All right, but let's move on to the video. So as we can see, as Grace is actually on her computer. Maybe she's doing her courses for the FBI. Maybe she's working for the FBI at this point. We don't know. I'm assuming she's just like a tech freak of some sort. Like she's just always on the computer consistently. And what we're about to see in a few minutes kind of confirms that idea of what Alyssa actually does say to her. So we actually have the open shot of what it looks like the Wrenwood Hotel. If you guys don't know what hotel this specifically is, this is essentially the hotel where Alyssa kind of gets unalived in. Sad to hear, but as soon as I saw this just old looking hotel, I'm like, yeah, this is the Raccoon City hotel that she dies in. So this is interesting to see. Alyssa walks in the door. Typical greetings as mother and daughter.
Well, if you're gonna work so late.
And Alyssa also confirms that Grace actually is on the computer literally a lot, I should say. Like she's always on the computer, which is why she made that comment.
Get some sleep, eh? I'm almost done, just a sec. It's really coming down.
Also, this is probably like one of my favorite shots of the trailer so far, just having the view from outside, from the outside perspective, looking into the room itself, which is something reminiscent out of the older Resident Evil games, like Resident Evil 1 Remake. There's a shot exactly like this, and in Resident Evil 2 Original, there's a shot exactly like this too. So this is super interesting to see. Like this whole trailer has really good shots. It's crazy. And the phone rings. Alyssa looks at Grace like she's crazy. Like you should grab the phone, and Grace, of course, being stubborn.
Hello?
Miss Ashcroft?
Yes.
So we have somebody on the phone who asks for Miss Ashcroft, who I'm assuming it's Alyssa that they're looking for, or maybe it's not Alyssa that they're looking for. They're actually looking for their daughter, or her daughter, I should say. And I'll say why. One of the reasons being is that she's bringing Grace everywhere she's going, probably because she knows the fact that these men want Grace and not Alyssa. Maybe they want both, or maybe she's brought her along because they don't want these guys to kind of have leverage over Alyssa by kidnapping Grace. So it's kind of like this whole stay where I can see you kind of mentality for Grace. I mean, this whole scenario can be interpreted in many different ways, and I really want to understand what's going on here. And also the fact that Grace actually picks up the phone and says this is Ashcroft, and Alyssa is kind of aware of what's happening at the same time. So I don't really understand why would you have Grace pick up the phone and saying it's your name if you're knowing you're on the run. You know what I mean? Like if you know these people are looking for you, why would you say your name, your last name, I should say? I explained this whole segment very poorly, because some hotels do this where you actually have to provide information to them. So it's not out of the ordinary for someone to know your last name inside of a hotel or call your room number because it's a hotel. So it's not out of the ordinary. So what I said there, yeah, but no. But at the same time, I would be like, if I am in a Resident Evil apocalypse, I would probably question everything. At that point I would question everything. I would literally, if I was in this scenario, I would not trust anything of what goes on because of what's happening around the world. And that's just how it is. But it's not out of the ordinary for a hotel to actually ask for your last name. But I just wanted to add that to the video itself. So obviously we can see Alyssa just looking out the window consistently, as if she's extremely paranoid, which she is. Again, just going on to my theory, why would you let her pick up the phone and say this is Ashcroft? You know there's people looking out for you, so why is this a thing? This is something, maybe it'll get answered in the game, but again, I'm always a person that's like, always like to put myself in these types of situations, which I think is fun. But either way, the game looks absolutely phenomenal so far.
They asked for Miss Ashcroft and then they hung up on me. Rude.
And the lights go completely out.
They're coming.
And then she says, they're coming, which indicates the fact that she does know about these people. She definitely does know that there are people out there looking for her, looking for Grace. I have no idea. I think there's going to be like a little twist that these people aren't actually looking for Alyssa. It's not something that she's done. It's the fact that they want her out of the way so they can go and get Grace, because maybe she's been doing a really, really good job. They're defending Grace to the fact that they are trying to eliminate Alyssa now to get to Grace, because we remember there is something special about Grace that we don't necessarily know about. So whatever that means, I have no clue, but that's what I'm guessing. I think the twist is they're going for Grace the entire time, not Alyssa. And also the fact that she's kind of bringing Grace with her along for the ride kind of confirms that fact for me, I should say.
Grace, we need to go.
Go where? Mom, what's going on?
And also,
Hurry.
I think Alyssa should have told Grace what was happening beforehand. Because what's worse than being scared is being scared and confused. So I do think that Alyssa should have kind of like told her what was going on. That's a little nitpick from me.
To keep our voices down.
This is ridiculous.
Also, this voice here, we need to keep our voices down. For the longest time when we saw the very first trailer, I always thought that was Jill's voice because it sounds exactly like Nicole Tompkins. But this actually confirms the fact that yes, this is Alyssa Ashcroft speaking. We need to keep our voices down. That right there confirms that is not Jill's voice. That is Alyssa 100%.
Come on.
And they go out of the hotel. Or out of the room, I should say.
What's going on?
Now is not the time.
I think it should have been important for Alyssa to tell Grace what is happening. Also, this hallway looks absolutely creepy, just in the dark like this. This is when Alyssa pulls out her pistol, which looks like the same pistol Grace Ashcroft owns as well. It could be just a model thing, like it could have been just the same model. Probably is not the same pistol, but who knows? Maybe she gave it to Grace for some reason. Maybe she kept it because it's like the only thing she can remember her mother by, which I honestly think it would be a cool thing. Having a handgun to remember your mother by would be absolutely badass to me. Now it goes straight into the gameplay.
Stay close.
And also, this bar here, it kind of fades out a bit there.
Mom, wait.
But wasn't there a bar in the Outbreak series in the Wrenwood Hotel, from what I understand? I don't know if that's true, but this bar here looks familiar. I'm not talking about Outbreak from the very beginning of, but I feel like this bar specifically looks familiar in one of the Outbreak games. And we see a gramophone. We see, was that a coffee maker? Or is that I have no idea what machine is that, to be honest. And there's a whole bunch of drinks there, this machine in particular. The gramophone's right here, and we see like a whole bunch of drinks here.
Grace.
Typical bar. Also, we have a whole bunch of stuff here. We got the record player. This whole house seems really antique-ish, which is super cool because it's really reminiscent to the very first Resident Evil game where everything was pretty much antique-like it was made in the 60s or something. I mean, we have record players here, which is something that is definitely not being used in the year whatever this takes place in. But even then, I would say this year takes place maybe in 2017. And in between 2021, so even then these aren't used 100%. So we got more background images. We see like a picture of a bird here, or an emblem I should say, and the bar is also here as well. We got a little table here. We have a little, yeah, just little details here that I love looking at.
Oh, who's that? Oh, I'm so sorry about the power outage.
What happened?
And this, what I can assume, is the hotel owner.
The inconvenience.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Just like the only guy here.
I just need to find my...
Also, did we miss anything in the background here? All I see is like a whole bunch of keys. Yeah, just regular hotel stuff. Nothing really special here.
I just need to find my...
Also, I do want to point this out for a little bit here. If we go back just a little tiny bit here, if it goes back, I'm so sorry for this. We do see a white collar on this guy here. Could it be someone in a suit? maybe an FBI suit, who knows at this point, but I feel like this was definitely a regular guy that was transformed into whatever this is, whatever virus this is. Obviously he's being controlled by something, or he's like part of a cult, but he definitely has a white collar, as if he's like dressed from something, or it's just weird to have this kind of clothing underneath this just hood here. You know what I mean? I mean, you can see the collar here. It's really odd. Oh, you can see it clear here. Here, let me try to go back a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. That's the full one right there. You see this collar here? It's just really bizarre to have this here. Maybe he was buried and brought back to life somehow. Who knows? Maybe there's like some reanimation virus going on, that you actually come back after you die. Initially die, not that your brain gets taken over, but actually when you die, you actually come back. This could be an interesting kind of twist to a new virus. So I don't think we've ever seen anything that actually came back. So this man was probably buried somewhere, presumed dead, and was probably brought back somehow. I mean, the whole slogan is Requiem, Nightmare for the Living, Requiem for the Dead, or something like that. I don't remember the exact slogan, but these people could actually been risen from literally the dead. Who knows? I think we can get a better shot of his clothing here. That's a theory of mine I do have currently. So after this part, we see actually what it looks like to be faded out. So this was definitely edited afterwards. This is not what happens right after this. This is heavily edited. So something happens in between. What I'm assuming is Alyssa probably shot this dude full magazined and just downed him. And now they're escaping to what it is, to another room here, because it just pans into this shot here all of a sudden. And this is a really cool scene here because she's hyperventilating. This is probably like one of the more realistic things you can have in the entire series. It's just real people just having real reactions, and I love seeing that in the series, because this would initially be someone's initial reaction, like just hyperventilating like this. It 100% does happen.
Grab my hands. Okay,
And it just gives it that layer of realism and just that realization, like, holy crap, like this isn't something you mess with. Like, this is something serious, and it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. I actually felt this because of the acting. The acting is really good.
breathe in and out. Oh, Grace. I promise you, I will explain this all to you one of these days.
Again, we got a picture of a cat back here. I don't know if that means anything. Maybe a puzzle in particular.
Are my hope. Never forget them.
What are you talking about?
Just. I love you.
Yeah, and she's talking like she knows something is going to happen to her. So she definitely knows a lot about what is going on. And the fact that she's not telling Grace, yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen a lot. Chris Redfield did the same thing to Ethan Winters, and guess what? I still enjoyed the freak out of the game. So I don't think it's a really big deal when it comes to the narrative. I think the only reason why they do stuff like this is to keep us as a player in the dark, to not know what is happening, because if she would tell Grace everything, that means we would know as a player. So we are playing this through Grace's eyes, as if like we have no idea what's happening. So I guess like the creators or developers actually want us to actually feel the same. Confused, very confused.
Mom, I'm scared.
No. We need to find a way out of here now.
We don't have any of our stuff.
We can come back for it later.
Yeah, this is a legit like response to this whole thing, and this is one of the things I wanted to talk about, because I don't know if this is confirming anything or deconfirming anything, but what I can assume is there is a virus that's out there that's reanimating corpses. What I'm assuming that this is just a hooded guy coming back. Maybe she shot him down and he just came back from the grave and just proceeded to stab her, as we see here. So my theory is, I think what happens here is that she also gets infected, and whatever is pursuing you in the hospital section of the game, I think that's Alyssa. I think what happens here is that she gets infected. I don't think she 100% dies. I think she just gets infected, or whatever infected her. So that's interesting too. That's what I'm guessing so far. And there you go, that's the ending, Resident Evil Requiem. So apart from this, We don't really know when we are going to see Resident Evil Requiem next. It could be at just some random event. What we do have next is a whole bunch of people are playing the demos at Gamescom, at PAX East. There's going to be initially a lot of people playing these experiences, these demos, etc. And they're going to come back, and when the embargo lifts, we actually are going to learn more about these games than what we actually saw today. So that's actually exciting to hear, because we're going to get a lot more information come out in the next couple of days, which I cannot wait for. Again, there's not going to be any trailers for maybe a while. Maybe there's going to be a new event in October. October is in about 2 months, so I can see us getting some sort of reveal, maybe a Resident Evil event finally. I think the last Resident Evil only event was for Resident Evil Village, and that was a long time ago. That's what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, around there. But I can't wait for this. I cannot wait for the release of Resident Evil Requiem. I think it looks phenomenal. And that's pretty much all I have to say. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next time. Please be safe out there, and peace.